English Vibes Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Podcast and Chill, dear listeners. Ryan, the host, shares humor while teaching.
And I'm Emma, your informative host, here to help you understand today's topic.
Today we have a topic that many of you might relate to. We're talking about comparison. How we compare ourselves to others.
Exactly. Comparing ourselves to others can make us feel bad. But don't worry, Raya and I are going to explain why comparing can be harmful. We'll also give you simple tips to help you focus on yourself. Begin preparations for our journey. Get ready and dive in. Have you ever thought about why people compare themselves to others, Ryan?
Well, people compare themselves to other people for different reasons. Some want to know how they are doing compared to others. Others feel stress from friends or society.
Oh, yeah. Comparing can help them see what they are good at and what they need to improve. It can also cause sadness or make them feel unworthy.
So comparing ourselves to others can be bad. Have you ever thought about why this can hurt us?
Let me explain it to you. When we compare ourselves to others, we often feel like we're not good enough. For example, if you see someone who's more successful, smarter or better looking, you might think, why am I not like them? This can cause sadness and stress.
Yes, and when we focus too much on what others have achieved, we forget to work on our own progress. It's like being in a race, but you're always watching others instead of focusing on yourself. I also talk about comparison, but it's about looking back at how you've been comparing yourself over time.
Exactly. Everyone's life is different. We all have our own challenges, strengths, and goals. So, comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing apples to oranges.
It doesn't make sense.
Here's something interesting from a study by the American Psychological Association. It showed that people who often compare themselves to others are more likely to feel anxious.
That's a great point, Emma. So what can we do? How can we stop comparing ourselves and start feeling better?
Let's talk about that next.
One good way is to focus on your own progress. Even small steps are important. Emma, how can our listeners see their progress?
Well, Ryan, you can look back at where you started. For example, if you're learning English, think about how much better you are now than a few months ago. Maybe before, you couldn't understand English movies, but now you can understand some words. That's progress.
Yes. Remember, progress takes time. You can't learn English in just one day.
But if you practice every day, you will get better.
A good way to see your progress is to write it down. Keep a notebook. Each week, write one thing you did better. For example, this week I learned 10 new words, or I spoke English with my friends.
That's a great idea. You can also make a success board. Put notes or pictures of your achievements. This will help you see your progress.
Yes, even small steps are still steps forward. Though slow, you continue forward.
Do you think social media can stop us from feeling good? Let's discuss it.
Oh yes, social media like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's everywhere. Social media can be fun, but it can also make us feel bad about ourselves. Emma, does social media truly reveal who's superior?
Well, Ryan, on social media, people only show the best parts of their lives. You see nice pictures, happy moments, and big wins. But you don't see the hard times, the failures, or the problems they don't show.
That's so true! It's easy to look at someone's vacation photos or a friend's new job and think, why isn't my life like that? But what you see online is not the whole story.
We don't see the tough moments on Instagram or Facebook. A picture of their new car might be shown. They don't show the effort they did to achieve it.
Or someone might post a picture looking great, but they don't show the effort it took to look that way. So next time you look at social media, remember, you're only seeing the good stuff.
Consider your strengths and focus on them.
And now, we will learn some vocabulary from today's podcast episode. You can take out your notes to learn these words. Comparison. Definition. The process of comparing two or more people or things. Example. Compare yourself to others like apples and oranges.
Challenge. Definition. Something difficult that needs a lot of effort to do. Example. Everyone's life is different. We all have our own challenges and strengths.
Achieve. Definition. To reach a goal or complete something important. Example. When we pay too much attention to what others have achieved, we forget to focus on our progress.
Strength. Definition. Something you are good at or strong in. Example. Everyone has strengths. Some people are good at sports, others are creative.
Progress. Definition. The process of improving or developing something. Example. Even small steps are important for your own progress.
It's time to practice with 2 questions related to the topic of the episode. Focus on the question and answer as best you can. Please type your answer below in the comment section to discuss with other listeners. Question 1. Why is it important to focus on your own progress instead of someone else's success? Because watching your own progress helps you grow. Everyone is different, so don't compare. Question 2. How can you avoid comparing yourself to others when using social media? You can remind yourself that social media shows only the best parts of life, not the whole story. Just focus on your own strengths and progress, and take breaks from it if needed. Let's continue. I see a lot of people worry that they are not as good as others, and it's hard for them to think in a positive way. Ryan, what do you got to say?
Everyone has strong points, even if they're different from others. Some people are great at sports, others are creative. Or maybe you're good at solving problems. It's important to recognize your own strengths and focus on developing them.
If you're good at writing but not great at speaking English, don't feel bad about your speaking. Focus on getting better at writing first.
That's a great example. You don't have to be good at everything. You just need to focus on what you're naturally good at and what makes you happy.
Yes, and it's okay if your strengths are different from others. Maybe your friend is great at public speaking, but you're really good at organizing and planning. They are both valuable skills. With confidence, you can improve your speaking abilities. Ryan, helping you stop comparing yourself and feel good about your abilities. Have you ever thought about celebrating your own journey? A lot of us feel like we're not doing enough. It's because we only think about the final goal, like learning English, finishing school, or getting a job. Small acts today matter much as big ones later.
Let's see one more example. You've been practicing English for a few weeks now, but you still feel like you're not good enough. You might think, I'll never speak English fluently. But if you look at your journey, you might realize that you can understand simple sentences or say a few phrases. That's progress, and it's something to celebrate.
Here's a practical tip. Every time you make even a little bit of progress, give yourself a small reward. It could be something simple like watching an episode of your favorite TV show or treating yourself to something you enjoy.
You can also write things in your notebook like, I had a short talk in English today, or I learned 10 new words this week. Every step forward counts, no matter how small.
Now, let's talk about how to appreciate other people's success without comparing yourself to them. Think about when you have a friend who is really good at speaking English. Instead of comparing yourself to them and feeling sad, you can think, wow, they worked hard to get there. Maybe I can ask them for some tips on how to improve my speaking skills.
That's a great mindset. Someone else's success doesn't mean you're not successful too. We're all on different paths, and we can all succeed in our own ways.
Moreover, everyone moves at their own speed. No worries if you achieve goals slower than your friend.
Other people's successes don't take away from yours. There's enough success for everyone. Supporting others can also make you feel good and motivated. It's a win-win! Now let's talk about something that can really help us feel better. It's accepting yourself. When you practice it, you can recognize that you are enough just as you are. You don't need to be perfect or like someone else to be valuable.
A great way to practice. It is through taking a few moments each day to focus on your breathing. Practice this to overcome negative emotions and concentrate on the present.
Yes. Studies show that it can reduce stress and improve mental health. When you accept yourself, you stop comparing and feel happier. So remember, you don't have to be like anyone else. You are enough, and your journey is unique.
Valuable. Definition. Something that is important or useful. Example. Both public speaking and organizing are valuable skills.
Celebrate. Definition. To show happiness for something good that has happened. Example. You should celebrate your own journey and achievements.
Mindset. Definition. The way you think about something. Examples. A positive mindset aids in appreciating your advancement.
Path. Definition. An action or a direction in life that a person chooses to follow. Example, success is possible individually.
Unique. Definition. Being the only one of its kind. Example, everyone's journey is unique.
Let's continue practicing with the next two questions. What is meant by strong points? An example would be helpful. Strong points are the skills or traits that someone is really good at. For example, being good at writing or being a great leader. What does the podcast say about the importance of supporting others? Helping others makes a positive space where people want to work together. Playing together helps create friends and makes everyone feel valued.
So it is the end of our discussion today. Remember, stop comparing yourself. Focus on your own progress and celebrate your journey. You're doing amazing!
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We hope this episode helped you learn some new English phrases, as well as some useful tips for your life. If you have questions or topics, send us a message.
Remember to subscribe and share this with friends. See you next time.